Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Outside in Tidewater. I'm Hayes Creek, and today we are noodling in the Great Dismal Swamp for bowfin. Pound for pound, I find bowfin are the strongest fish out there. They have teeth, they can breathe air, and they've been around since the Jurassic period, basically the freshwater version of the great white. And let's see what we got. When you're noodling, I tend to use cut brim. Always want to put the bobber first. A lot of times what happens, you throw the sinker out, you'll end up getting hooked. So bobber first, then the hook.
Always go bobber first.
Usually I'll carry 6 or 7 noodles in a bucket and just pull them right out, and always keep them within vision and never leave them overnight. Some of that sometimes can be illegal, but just keep them within your sight. And again, don't leave them overnight. A lot of times that'll just kill fish and waste them. I'm usually catch and release. Dismal Swamp's about 5 to 6 foot deep max. Always warm, acidic soil, so there's not a lot of bass or, and sometimes really not a lot of fish. But there's tons of bowfin, crappie, catfish out here for sure. It's just a matter of finding them. There are definitely snakes out here, and anytime I get close to a tree, I put my head on a swivel because they can be in the limbs, they can be right up against the tree, they're swimming around, and sometimes they are not friendly. So anytime I get close to the bank, I am looking around. It looks like we've got something on this one.
That's a long, skinny one.
Bowfin have a bunch of different names, basically dogfish, swamp trout, mud pike. They're real bony. Uh, from what I understand, not the best eating fish just because it's got a ton of bones. But they are fun to catch, and they'll eat just about anything: snakes, other fish. They can breathe air, which is pretty cool.
Stay away from them damn teeth.
And obviously, in a kayak, you want to be careful because they've got a lot of teeth, and
Surgery has been successful.
popping around like that, that could be an issue. It's 4.3 miles back
Whew.
to the highway, and you get cut up out here, something goes wrong. That's going to be a long trip or a short one, depending on what happens.
Yeah, that's a bowfin.
What I love about noodling is when something hits it, that noodle just makes a big old splash, and it goes from being flat on the water to straight up and down, bouncing all over the place, and you know right away if you've got a big one or not, and then you're paddling as fast as you can to get over to it and before it spits the hook, because it's not like fishing where you can set that hook and hold it firm. Bam! Look at that sucker. Whew.
Holy fuck.
The one thing I like about this net is if I drop it, it floats.
I get it.
Bad
Gets the
thing
blood
about the
pumping.
net, it doesn't close up on the fish, and if I'm not careful, that thing will jump right out of it.
Look at that bad boy. Man, I'm glad he spit that hook. Whew. Woo!
If you get a chance, please like and subscribe. I've got some more coming down the road. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I'd sure appreciate it. Again, bobber first, hook, then sinker. Don't want to set that hook in your leg. Been there, done that.
Look at those teeth.
Well, that's been another fantastic trip to the Great Dismal Swamp. Really like fishing, camping, kayaking. It's an awesome place to go. I highly recommend it. The next episode, I'll be fishing for catfish on the feeder ditch coming in. Please like and subscribe. It's going to be a good one.